Hello, everyone. Let me know if you guys can hear us, if everything looks good
There
to
we
you.
go.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know. Hard to say. I don't know what's going on. I can tell you that I do sincerely apologize. This is our second attempt at talking to you guys because you guys weren't there. But I do sincerely apologize for the delay. Right when we were about to start, I realized, oh crap, I don't have the link set up so that I can actually go through the chat like I normally do. And so I had to say, tell Jenna to like let
Okay.
everyone know we're going to be, a little late. But I was late in because I thought I was being slick. I spent 45 minutes to an hour trying to implement something new, and I hope it works. And hopefully, well, okay, it may work, but I'm not going to ask you guys to do anything. It's simply this. If we get a new subscriber, it should pop up on the screen. So if you're not subscribed, consider hitting the subscribe button so I can see that it works. If we get a gifted membership or a super chat, it'll pop up on the screen. So wanted to see how well that works. At some point, we'll find out. But I'm not asking anyone to do any of that except maybe subscribe just to see if that part of it works. If you haven't subscribed already, I'd appreciate it. Even if you want to unsubscribe afterwards, I won't be mad at you. I just want to see if it works. So we know the chat buttons work, so I'm happy with that at least. So this is a work in progress, and if you're watching the PPP, the Profit Playbook podcast, we had a little episode with this whole thing, working it out with that, and that was a challenge. And you'll find out on Saturday exactly what we're talking about. But yeah, we'll just leave it at that.
Keith said, "That's okay, John. I only been waiting for 3 hours."
You guys are awesome. I swear you guys are. I'm just some guy that sells in my garage. I'm nothing special. But the fact that you guys are here, that really, makes my day. I wasn't feeling good all day today, but just the last half an hour getting ready for the show, started feeling better. And there's just something about, talking with you guys and interacting with you guys that really just makes my day. And I'm not saying that. It's just something I look forward to, and which is why it was important to do this live today, because we weren't going to be able to make the live tomorrow. We have friends in town, and they do this thing for Cowboy Christmas out in Las Vegas. I told you guys all about it. I won't bore you again with the details, but we all always once a year get together for breakfast on one day, and it turns out it's Friday. We go to breakfast, we draw names, we have to buy a gift for that person, and then come back later that evening and we exchange gifts at dinner, and then we go to a show. That's what we're doing. We're going to be gone all day, and that means we're going to have to, after breakfast, we would normally go and buy gifts at the convention center where they have all the uh, exhibits and all that. We got to come home, get the shipping done. Then we're going to try to get any shopping we can get done before the dinner. So it's just going to be too hard to do a live on Friday. So I apologize on that, guys. So that's why we're doing it tonight. Um, but today I wanted to talk to you about another bad buyer situation. And, if I didn't have a channel, I wouldn't be telling anyone this kind of thing. I mean, it's sort of like the whole thing where you have if you're a poker player and you tell what is called bad beat stories, meaning that like the craziest losses that you've gone through, and where you should have won, and like a small percentage you lose, like a one in a time kind of loss, and you are telling the story to everyone. People get kind of tired of hearing it. Like poker players, like, don't tell me your stories because I have my own. And that's what I don't want this to be. And anytime I report these kind of things to you, it's just sharing my experiences with you. But mainly the reason why I'm bringing this to you is it's sort of a PSA, public service announcement, that as sellers, we got to be good to each other. And we got to understand who we're dealing with. Whether you're buying from someone or selling from someone, that's why it's so important to at least know who your customer is if you can. If like you're getting an offer from a buyer, before you take that offer, see who you're dealing with. See if they just love abusing sellers. Is that transaction worth the hassle? Like in this particular case, I received an offer for $50 on one of the lock sets that I picked up at a yard sale when I was with Mike Camparelli and Archie a few weeks back. And I had it for $89.99. This is a 200 something dollar lock set, one of those where you actually can just put your thumb on the lock, the door lock, and it'll unlock for you. But this didn't have keys, and honestly, I didn't have any way to really test it beyond anything. I mean, other than seeing that I put the batteries in and the thing would power up. But I sold it as parts to repair, and I sold it for $89.99, or at least I listed it for $89.99, and I received an offer from somebody who wanted to give me 50 for it. Now, mind you, I had this entire lot that I bought. I only bought it for $5. The guy said $5, take it off my hands. So I had 4 lock sets that I had purchased for $5. So someone's offering me 50 for one. I'm going to take it. And so before taking it, I looked to see, wow, this guy's a seller too. So maybe this person needs it for parts. Maybe who knows? But it was very clear in the listing that it was for parts. So I took the offer, and that was it. At least I thought it was. And we received not a message from a buyer at all before or after the transaction. Instead, we receive an INAD. Now, it is parts of repair. I didn't have it set for no returns because I kind of learned the lesson that if you have it set for no returns, you can't use the refund tool and they, buy your item and send back a brick. Learned that lesson from a couple months ago. So I had it set for returns, but in the listing I put no returns. But he came back and said, contacted the company. They said that this thing wasn't even worth using for parts. I don't know how they would know that. And then said that I think there's something wrong with this set. Well, no crap. I sold it for, parts to repair. Now, he did put, I realized this was for parts, but this is what they told me. So it wasn't like he thought it was a working unit. So, of course, I have to accept the return. But I reached out to the guy. I don't care if you leave me negative at all after this, really. I mean, as a seller, shame on you. Like, hey, why didn't you contact me and let me know before you left an INAD? Because see, when you open a return and it's one of the negative ones, arrived damaged, not as described, or heck, one of the other ones. There's a couple of it just escaped my mind right now. It hurts the seller. It hurts your metrics, and you get enough of those. Now you have too high returns. Now, if he would have said, "Look, change mind," he didn't want to pay for the return label, though. I think is what it was. I would have accepted the return, but if he would have reached out to me and said, "Look, I'm going to open a return, so either you send me a label or I'm going to open a return," I would have sent him a label. I would rather, because I'm doing that anyway. And it's this again. This is not a bitch session. We all have returns. We all get returns, but I expect a little bit different from a seller. That I'm not talking about a casual seller. I'm talking one that has over 3,000 items in their store currently as we speak, and over 15,000 feedback. And shame on them and this is a seller who has some negatives, so they know how it feels. Why would you do that to another seller? And it's just not. We all need to treat each other better. And I don't like leaving negatives for anyone or giving any seller a hard time unless it's absolutely warranted. And, to get around on, I don't know what they were trying to do. Maybe they were trying to get a $50, $200 something lock for $50, and maybe they thought they were smarter than me and they could make it work. And they weren't able to get it to work, and they're going to use any lame excuse to send it back. That's just abusive. You don't treat sellers that way. You just own up to your mistake. Hey, I bought it. I thought I could make it work, and it's just not going to work out. You don't go in and do that to another seller. And that's sort of my public service announcement to hopefully anyone out there that feels differently should really reconsider that eBay holds us to a higher standard. We all know that. We should hold each other to a higher standard as well, because if you've sold on this platform, you know how it works. You know how these things feel when it happens to you. So why would you do it to someone else? So, and that's all I'm going to do. I don't have a way to show you a screen right now of the transaction. At some point, I'm going to implement that, but we're just adding new things as we go. So again, I apologize for all the snafus, but I want to know what you guys think about knowing your buyer, and also, do you treat a seller a little differently in that maybe it's like maybe you don't want to leave a negative for a seller because you know how it is with you. You're a little bit more willing to work with the seller, someone who knows, right? And it's a little more disappointing when a seller pulls this crap on you. But looks like Keith was really early today. Yeah, please click the like button, get your sale. I don't know how many
He
likes.
also changed his logo.
How many likes do we have right now? You can't tell. Yeah, let's get some likes in here.
34. 35.
Let's see. Pitco, hi John and Jenny and all the FAE family. Hope you all had a good week. Yes. Friends, we went to dinner last night with friends and we were going to play bingo, but it was so difficult to get in for dinner. It was too late, so we didn't even bother with it. Duncan, well, Joe Samard was second, and then Duncan was third. 3 INADs. Oh, I only ever get INADs when I watch the show. I think you're confusing us with the wrong show. That's a different live stream.
Whatever one you watched before us.
Spam is with us. Spam Banshee, nice to see you. Brenda Smith says, hello, everyone. Thanks for being here, Brenda. I'm going to check something real quick. I just want to see if this... Yeah, that link is there. I'm trying to see if anybody, do me a favor if you're just tuning in and you're not subscribed. This is not me as a way to get you to subscribe, but I have some alerts set up that'll pop up on the live.
Or why don't one of you here, Keith, will you unsubscribe?
Why don't you do it?
Yeah.
Why don't you unsubscribe and subscribe? Let's see.
Okay.
Maybe it's only for new subscribers, but I'd like to see if that alert pops up. Mike Camparelli says, hi, John and Jenna. I will have to skip to live tonight as I'm taking a certification course for my electrical license this afternoon. We'll catch the replay. Hope everyone is doing well. Well, that's shocking, Mike. No pun intended. Hopefully you will watch the replay. Pitco says, good luck, Mike. I think he's got it. Brenda Smith says, wow, if they treat a fellow reseller this way, imagine how they treat their customers.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
and we know firsthand that Mike Camparelli is the king of electrical.
Yeah, he fixed the sign.
He fixed our sign, this sign. He also installed our Ring doorbell.
So did you subscribe?
I did.
And it didn't pop up. Well, I want my money back. Well, this thing was free.
I don't know.
Maybe it's a new subscriber thing. So if you've never subscribed to the channel and you want to help us out, you're welcome to unsubscribe after you hit subscribe. But I want to see if the thing works because I don't know if it's working or not. Brenda Smith says, as a retired teacher, parents who were fellow teachers were the worst and most difficult to deal with. Yeah. So I don't know if there's
terrible.
I don't know if this you can't. I don't know if there's a correlation between their selling habits and their buying habits. So maybe they know that look, buyers get away with treating sellers like crap, so they can do it to other sellers when they become a buyer, and that's just the way it is, right? They know the game, they know the tricks that are played because it's played against them. They utilize those tactics against a fellow reseller because they know that they can get around your return policy through an INAD, which I think is crappy. It's like shitting on someone else just for your own benefit. I just don't think that's very good. Callie Deb says, hello everyone. I hope everyone is having a good day.
Callie Deb.
Yeah, having a good day. Now sales.
Yeah,
the last couple days have been suspect. Not very good at all. I had another return on a shower shitter. They said that it doesn't fit their tub. Now, I put dimensions in my listing for it, so they opened it as doesn't fit, so they're paying for the return on that. It's not coming out of my pocket, but it's one of those things where it just makes you scratch your head. Only $128 today on my main store. $60 yesterday.
I
so
think I have 0.
Really sad. So we're just gonna keep plugging away and listing, and that's all we can really do, right? Keith says, who says they don't treat their customers that way? Some people just don't care. That's just it. It's like no skin off my butt. As long as I don't have to pay for that. And it was only an $11 return label. Keith says, but in general, no most sellers I know are good and are always willing to help each other. And that's the way it should be. Knowing what you go through as a seller on the platform, you should be willing to be more willing to work with someone. At least reach out and send them a message. Now, I did get an offer now. I don't know why my watch The thing also with this
technology is just not our friends.
Well, I'm not getting any notifications.
But you get notifications for everything else.
Yeah, I get notifications for when I get an eBay notification. No, I don't want to send an offer. I want to see what this offer is. I'm not going to accept that. I'll come back to them. I'm not going to accept that because,
moving on.
Well, I'm going to move on. I'm just not going to accept that. $50 on an item that I just listed for $89.99. That's normally something I sell all day long for much more than that. Brenda says, I agree. The majority of fellow resellers are wonderful people. Mm-hmm. Even resellers that sell the same things as me are willing to help. And why, when they're competitor, because eBay is a big world and there's more than enough buyers out there to make it work. Yes. Yeah. We shouldn't be cutthroat at each other. There's no place for that. Larry Todd says, howdy. Nice to see you. Howdy. Duncan says, the crickets are singing in harmony. And no, this isn't Friday, Todd.
No. I feel like it's Friday, but it's not.
It's not Friday. It's just a measly Thursday. But I can tell you,
I'd rather only day.
I'd rather do it than not. That's kind of the way I feel about it. If I didn't do this week, there's going to be a few times in the next year where we're just not going to be able to do it. And I really didn't give you guys much notice. I thought we were going to be able to do it, so I said let's just go ahead and do it right now. So we have Alexander Vega, 5 p.m. Nice to see you. You must be on the East, or actually Central Time. Henri Squaw, how do y'all? Just plugging along. That's the way to do it. Let's see. Jovial's with us. Hey, FA fam. Happy bathtub party day.
Bathtub party?
What in the world?
I don't know.
That just sounds kind of kinky to me.
Sounds like a ditty party.
Now maybe this is just a selling thing, but I read on the Cafe Rio app they're offering like extra points if you buy today because it's a National Comfort Food Day. I don't know if that's true or not. I was hoping Jovial would confirm that.
And what company was
that? That was Cafe Rio. So maybe they made it up.
Comfort food.
Oh, I like Cafe Rio. It's really good.
Not that much.
Deborah DeLuco, I have heard of an eBay commercial on my local Pittsburgh radio station the last 3 mornings. I wonder how did that go? How did that commercial go? Was it something?
Was it just for eBay Motors?
Anissa's with us. How you doing today, Anissa? Hold on real quick.
What are you doing?
I'm just sending this offer back.
Oh. So Keith, he subscribed from his other account and still didn't get...
Really?
Yeah. So your little thingy-mabob is not working.
I apologize. Anissa says, hey, Deborah, you're close to me. I'm 3 hours north of you, buried in snow.
Oh, yeah. Snow. You guys have probably gotten... I heard it's really cold.
What does snow feel like?
Joe, I was thinking about you today because of the whole tsunami warning this morning. Did you guys hear about that in Northern California? There was a earthquake, and then they gave a tsunami warning. What are you doing?
You keep asking me that.
Oh.
It's bad for the show. I don't understand why you do that.
Because you're all
it doesn't. It does, but I'm doing it because there's a specific reason. I want to get this alert thing to work while you're talking and actually helping me out.
Oh.
But you just blew it. So let's continue. Jovial says, okay, I'm down there. I should know these are. Alexander Vega says, yes, finally eBay has radio commercials. Okay, Brandy's with us.
Brandy.
How you doing, Brandy? Duncan says, AGG so late. LOL. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah. Paul Rose says, hi, John, Jenna, and chat.
Hello, Paul.
Yeah, and as Duncan says,
you can do
it. Jovial says, J&J are probably still in the bathtub.
No.
So this is before I jumped on, huh? Yep, tech problems. Yep, it's whenever you deal with something new. But I really think, and I'm really excited for what, like, say, next month looks like when we just keep implementing new things in here. And I thought I implemented something new today, and it's not working. So I'm just kind of
really disappointing, actually.
Yeah,
I was kind of looking forward to it.
I just don't know, how how to make it work. So it's probably not something we're gonna have today, though. Unfortunately, sadly.
Yeah, we'll have to keep going.
Let's see.
Southern Vermont vintage.
Southern Vermont vintage.
Hey, hey.
We got a lot of people in Vermont, though. We have Spam.
I want to go to Vermont one year.
I'm not sure if Primo's there, but are you guys okay? I don't know if you were incarcerated when you were pulled over on your members live the other day. Gail's with us. Nice to see you, Gail.
Hello, Gail.
I don't have your sound effect on this one, so I apologize. We'll get this. We'll get this together. Silver hair. It says $500 sales day. Bam! Pretty good for a part-time geezer. I love it. I love it.
Really good.
I love it. That's awesome. We have Vicky's with us.
Hello, Vicky. Henri Squaw.
Henri Squaw was telling us we had no sound. I'm kind of catching up here a little bit, but maybe not.
I don't know.
We are, what, 30 minutes behind?
Catching up.
No.
Casey, New York. Hello, hello.
Yeah, Casey, New York. We can see you and hear you. Got Beamy Resellers. That's Bill and
Midgie.
Yes. Jimmy D.
We have Tiki Talk.
Jimmy D, I hit the like button. I need a sale or two. There you go. Hit the like button. Get a sale in the next 24 hours. It ain't working for us, though. I'll tell you that. Craig Winans says, hi, all.
Hello, hello, Craig.
Now, go ahead.
Yes. You hit...
I understand, but you're saying something, so I don't want to...
That's what I was saying.
Oh, okay. Picked up a pallet today. Something I haven't done in the last couple months. And it's very promising. Of course, I haven't really dove into it. I had to give away an item because it wouldn't fit. To give away a water cooler. Yeah, I had two of them, but they're so big, and it's like, all right, how am I going to make this work? There's other people picking their stuff up. I'm like, you want one for free? Here you go. And they're like, yeah, we'll take it. I don't know of anybody who would pass up free merchandise. Gail says, my notification on my phone for eBay have not been working either. Oh, just like I get a notification on my watch, like it'll buzz me, but I won't get it on the phone. And even though I have the volume up and I have notifications on, thing ain't working. Maybe I need to do a reset on my phone. Big Dre says, I leave negative feedback for sellers when they have a terrible attitude, rude, unhelpful, and have to wait for eBay to give me a refund. I get it. And many times, look, it's deserving. I've left one negative feedback, and you guys know that I left a negative feedback for the person who had sold that paper tape machine to us, and it was just all thrashed. It was they give us one peanut. Okay, and I'm like, okay, let's see what happens here.
Packing peanut.
Yeah, they tried to blame it on me. Said that, how, well, obviously you're doing something wrong. Well, you didn't include all the parts. So it's not going to work without the cap for the reservoir, and you gave one packing peanut. The thing turns on, but it won't work because there's not all the parts, and so it's time to return this thing. So they finally sent me a return label, and once they got it, they actually allowed the return to time out, and eBay had to step in. So they ended up getting a defect, and it wasn't my fault, but it was just like the way you treated me. You blamed me. You sent me a message that was like telling me how I'm the one that's at fault here. And all I did was try to buy something that you said was functional that didn't work. So how am I at fault? Nonetheless, I left a negative, and that's the only time I've left a negative for anyone. And I got to tell you, I didn't want to do that because I know how it feels as a seller. But if you do that, then yeah, other people need to know about it. Big Dre says, Cha-ching, just sold a McDonald's hoodie for $80 on Poshmark. There you go.
$80?
Yeah, he's loving it.
Dang.
TikTok says, no, it's for eBay. It talks about finding unusual things. Not sure what that's about.
Well, because you didn't read the...
It's Little Friday. I don't know. Paul Rose says, too late tonight. Here for comfort food. Doing the grocery shopping tomorrow, so I'll make up for it then. I'm having wings tonight. I'm making some wings. I bought some stuff for some wings I want to make, so have that. I'm going to make some chicken for her on the grill, so nothing exciting, but figure that we're going to be eating twice tomorrow, and it's not cheap down on the strip, by the way. Henri Squaw says, I have been hearing a lot of eBay commercials emphasis on used and vintage. I like that.
Nice.
All right, Coppercat, what did you have to say? It says retracted. But,
yeah, you can't.
TikTok, do not like the no. Okay, I thought you said do not like the show. I'm sorry. Do not like the snow. I'll take one day of nothing but like snow, where I can just be stuck with my car in the driveway. Excuse that I don't get to go anywhere, but I will be out in that snow. Trust me. Big Dre says I'm picking and packing orders now and adding new inventory to the storage unit.
Nice.
There we go. What did I do here?
Big Dre's a busy man.
Yeah. TikTok, but very few people listen to radio, only in the car. Not always. I'll listen to it. If I can't watch my Angels game, I might, like when I'm working out in the garage, I'll throw it up on radio. A lot of times you can get these radio stations as a live stream instead of,
You do not listen to radio.
I will listen to an Angels game on the radio through their live stream on their website. I've done that many times. Deborah says eBay commercial says they have everything you're looking for. I like that. I mean, at least let people know that you are an option, right? So someone's at Amazon, they can't find what they're looking for. They go to Etsy, can't find what they're looking for. They go to Mercari, they go to Poshmark, and they're like, where am I going to find this thing? And they get the commercial, and you have Gen Z going, wow, what's this eBay thing? And now it opens up a whole new world, and you're creating additional buyer base. Midgie, hey Jimmy, can't remember your name, and Jenna, how's it going, everyone? I've been called worse. It's okay. Jerry Dawson Sr., continue to enjoy your show. Haven't seen anything from Bearded Picker lately. Is he okay? Beard's doing great. He bailed me out a little bit today. I don't know if he's watching. He might be watching and working. So he's taken a little time away from social media. And I don't know if he's going to come back or not. So I'll let him announce that to his audience. So he's taking a break. I got to tell you, it's not easy doing YouTube. It's not. YouTube ain't easy. And it's you good people out there right now that keep me coming back. I'll tell you that, because we get a lot of nastiness, a lot of random comments, and it's fine. It's something you have to learn to deal with. But at the end of the day, you're just kind of evaluating, look, I can get more done in my business if I just don't make videos. So why am I doing this? And for me, it's the community. I do want to make more regular videos. It's just that that's the challenge. It's like, do I spend 2 hours to make a video for you guys, or do I need to get my sales slow? Do I need to get my shit together? And lately it's been option 2, and videos have been on the back burner. And it's easier to do a live than it is to make a video, because you just go live. You don't have to edit anything. Keith says our postal services are starting to back up with parcels now, with one company, Yodel, that has now stopped collecting. Interesting.
That's terrible.
Coppercat, hello. Already made 3 sales this afternoon. I expect another one any minute since I hit the like button. Works every time. Well, get that sale. I appreciate you hitting that like button.
That's
though.
right.
Jimmy D, IP provider has been down all day. Not their issue. AT&T fiber optic vendor is down. A lot of people in Waco, Texas are down all day without internet service, having to print shipping labels on the cell phone.
Oh.
That would be fun. Are you able to do that?
I mean, I could if I wanted to.
I haven't even tried it, but I mean, she's the shipper now. So we had a situation where I was getting in there to maybe run a label, and I'm like,
God.
I feel rusty.
Fumbling around, making a mess.
Jimmy D, have we been hacked by Chinese hackers? You joke, but it could be,
Yeah.
Let's see. Beamy, we had another rental return at $145 jacket. They kept it for 10 days and then decided to return it because they said it wasn't comfortable to wear and they didn't like it.
Wow.
They don't like it.
That's
I can top
so
that.
Annoying.
I can top that. I was talking to Josh. I'll even read it to you because it's probably better me reading it than actually saying it, or actually trying to remember how he put it, because it was just had me cracking up. Here it is. This is what he told me. I have a buyer who is refusing to pick up a package. 2 don't fit returns. 2 just don't like it returns. And a lady that says a plush is singing a song out of tune because she is a vocal teacher. So
Wow.
yeah, so he delivered an
Simon
item.
Cowell action there.
Delivered an item to a judge at American Idol, and they're critiquing it. Gail says, I tried to reset it and it didn't take care of it. Every day is comfort food day. Yes. I wonder what these messages are. Do you know what these messages are?
It's just
I'm
something
just
they
nosy. I'm nosy. I know you didn't
They
want to.
messed up their
Rob
typing.
something says, I had the same experience buying a paper tape machine. I also have that. Left that guy a negative. Was your seller in Massachusetts by chance? No, this seller was across town.
We actually had a seller who was in Vegas. And to be quite honest, I don't think they're a regular seller. They were just looking to get rid of them.
No. They had some items. They had a few items. Now they probably had 100.
Doesn't mean you're a
They
seller.
had 100 items in their store, I think, and they had maybe they had 3 or 4 different machines, but I wasn't going back. Every one of my college girlfriends left me a negative feedback.
That's a lie.
Well, that's
I
usually
don't
what
believe
happens.
it.
You usually get a negative when you break up, right?
Well,
This guy, I mean, who breaks
some
up with
deserve more than just a negative.
Who
Some
breaks up with-
deserve full karma.
But who breaks up with someone on a positive note? You know, you're great. I just don't deserve you. Nobody does that,
I mean,
do they?
I'm sure there has
You see that
been,
in movies, but you don't.
but not in my lifetime.
I mean, you would have left a long time ago if that was the case, right?
I would never leave.
No, I'm saying that you're awesome. You're great. I don't deserve you, and you would have left a long time ago if that was realistic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. See. So, sorry.
Stupid.
Pitco says they said we're getting 57 hours of snow this weekend.
57
I really do
hours.
hope so. Love the snow.
Oh,
Yes.
hell no.
Paul says, John, you skipped my most important comment. Jenna looks beautiful tonight.
Oh, thank
Well, I'm sorry,
you.
Paul. I didn't mean to skip any of your comments.
Well,
This thing.
thanks. I think
Oh,
you,
I skipped a
yeah,
lot.
you missed a lot. That's why I was wondering. How did you get down so far?
Oh well, then I gotta go. Gotta go back. I don't think that was the right thing. Yes, technical. How did I do that?
Because
Paul
you're
says John's new
self-flicking
bells
with
and
your-
whistles are malfunctioning. Yes, you got these bells and whistles malfunctioning, and then these ones are malfunctioning.
This is a mouse, and he runs on a constant. What are those things called?
It's a wheel.
Wheel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Nelson Pereira couldn't hear us.
Nelson!
This is when you guys weren't hearing me, so.
Gutted
08 just says waiting for flipping ain't easy.
Aw.
I do that a lot. I wait
Well,
for
you
myself.
can scroll past all this stuff.
Yes, I'm trying to. Semper Fi in the house. Slow sales. Weekend sales were great, then slow all week.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, got a lot of good stuff in this pallet. And I went to go take the stuff to the storage unit and just come back with a couple items. But I'm like, yeah, I can list this. I can list that. Let's take half of it. So I have half of it still here. So Harbor's Hope, you're in a cave. I don't know.
Do we sound like we're in a cave?
Hopefully we sound a little bit better than that. Picky Picker, I'm currently so annoyed because I was supposed to meet up with someone to buy a bunch of video games, and I'm pretty sure they ghosted me.
Oh, man.
That is why
That
I
is-
do not like Marketplace. That is the number one reason why.
Someone is at your front door.
Oh, interesting. Maybe just a package? We'll find out. Let's see. Duncan says it was delayed because it's the wrong day of the week for this show. It might be. Jenna looking beautiful tonight. There's your comment. Pitco, that's okay, John. I've only been waiting for 3 hours. We got no bullshit. People must be getting desperate. It seems like people are selling things as brand new, which obviously are not brand new if they don't work. Yeah, so this particular case, and I don't think you're referring to my situation, it was certainly not brand new. In no way, shape, or form were we describing it as brand new. We certainly described everything we knew about it. No keys. It did power up for us when we put the batteries in and connected the two, the main and the inside unit of this lock. But heck, for all I know, it could have been linked to someone's account. It was a Home Depot store display, so maybe they had it, registered to them. A lot of these electronics, if it's registered to somebody and then they return it, or if it's in a return pallet, good luck getting that link from that original owner to that device removed, because a lot of times you can't do it. You're stuck. Deborah wants to know how everyone's sales are. Again, mine aren't so hot. We're really having a bad week, but I've accepted it, because last year up to like the 13th, 14th, 15th of December, our sales were trash. And I sort of figure that's the norm for what I'm selling. And I'm not really selling a lot of different things than last year. So we'll just accept it. Keep listing, which is all I can control. Keep doing the end items sell similar, the whole routine that we have, and get ready for 2025. No bullshit. I'm sure that's what your name is, but I don't want to say it. No bullshit says the guy sell me something brand new. Obviously didn't test, but he doesn't care. And that's the thing. If you're doing this just as a numbers game and you have absolutely no care for the customer, it's going to show. Any day of the week, I would prefer to buy something over eBay than Amazon. However, Amazon is a bigger nightmare. We've had pretty decent success, but of course I'm always looking at reviews. A lot of times the reviews will say that, hey, the quality is not there, or I didn't get it in time. So I'm always considering that when I'm buying. Duncan says, bad buyer, your buyer returned a shitter seat with a crack in it and stained. Let's hope not. And that's the thing. When you deal with the shower shitters or the shower toilet seats, because I don't want to be that way. I don't want to refer it to that as that the entire show. You don't want to receive something that's been used, right? So you set it up in the bathroom. It doesn't fit in your tub. So are you not using it? Are you packing it back up? Is it going to be in new condition when I get it? I don't know, but at least I'm not paying for the return label. Flipping from the trailer says, how's everyone tonight? Thanks for being here. Nice to see you. Yeah, story time. And it wasn't that bad of a diatribe, I don't think. Todd says, when I put my thumbprint, lag comes over to use my pool. Who was that at the door?
Amazon.
Oh, got a package.
He couldn't read our address.
Okay.
Because the Christmas sign was over it.
Paul Rose, technical difficulties and diatribe. See you at the stream ends comment section. LOL. Well, hopefully you made it back okay. Let's see. Picky Picker. So I just called the guy. I'm pretty sure he just got off work 15 minutes ago. Apparently he takes the bus to and from work.
Oh.
I did tell him that I drove all the way to end up not meeting. But he said he still wants to meet, that he can meet tomorrow evening, so hopefully the deal goes through. So you're trying to buy these games from him. If he's taking the bus, he needs the money.
Well, yeah.
Duncan.
The bus takes a long time.
Duncan says, don't accept offers from other sellers. What do you guys think about that? If you get an offer from someone and they happen to be a seller, does that reassure you, or are you like, hell to the no, I don't want to deal with you? Or do you investigate further? Paul Rose says, unfortunately, John, some people don't care. Even when I've had a bad experience, I always reached out to the seller first before doing anything. And that's what you should do. Look, if I send you a brick in the mail and that ain't what you ordered, well, that would piss most people off. But at least reach out and say, what the hell's going on here? So now either send me what I ordered, or I'm going to take the steps that I need to take. I would even go that far. Reach out and communicate with whomever you're dealing with. I mean, even if it wasn't, if it was someone like maybe with one feedback, right? They just opened up their account as a seller to scam people. I would make the effort to try to resolve this and see what the hell's going on. Let's see. Pitco. Well, that's just another example of why flipping ain't easy, right? Paul Rose. I've only ever left 2 negatives, both well-deserved, and 1 was removed. Now, that's kind of annoying, right?
That's annoying.
That's annoying. You have negatives that you feel are like, wait, these shouldn't stand, but they make sure that those stay, but you leave one, and hopefully you're crafting them in such a way where they can't be removed, because you don't want to go on there and like leave their name or say that, I wanted $20 and they wouldn't give it to me, so here's your negative, something like that. Make it so it's like didn't have a good experience when buying from the seller. You ain't getting that removed. Sorry. Victor says, hello, everyone. Thanks for being here, Victor. eBuyer's Choice says, hi, John and Jenna. Hope you join our selling platform next year. We're working hard to get it launched. Tell me more. eBuyer's, is that what it's called? eBuyer's Choice? I'll take a look at it. Alexander Vega, does anyone know how to sell to Puerto Rico or Alaska for cheaper? I sometimes have to refund them due to shipping so expensive. So why are you refunding them? Yeah, they should be paying more. Now, okay, depends on the size of your item. If you are dealing with, let's say, the toilet seats, 14 pounds, I think it was 20 by 19 by 8 or something like that.
22 by 14
okay.
by
8 or something like that. Or maybe not even that big. Well, it costs about $100 to ship it from Las Vegas just to Hawaii, right? And it's probably about the same. And this is with Ground Advantage because they take up to 70 pounds. I ain't offering it to those people. No one's going to pay me $20 for a toilet seat plus $99 shipping. They're just not going to do it. And I'm not going to offer it. It's just ridiculous. Now, you can go with eBay International Shipping, but how much cheaper is it going to be for the buyer? They're paying that $20, plus they're probably going to be paying in anything between $50 and $100 to eBay. So it's just, it depends on how big the item is. Juan says that he unsubscribed and resubscribed.
Yeah, because he was trying to test the thing for
so I made you mad, and you came back.
You asked
somebody
to.
I'm just kidding. Chastity, hi y'all. Love that John wears his wouldn't recommend people shirt when he has a buyer grab. Actually, that's what I did. I did this on purpose.
You did?
Here's my review on people. Definitely would not recommend. And that's why I read it. I don't want this live to be, like, hey, here's another bad buyer kind of thing. But it really made me think.
Oh my God, Devon is here.
Okay. Well,
what?
Well, before we get to that,
sorry,
it really made me think that how do sellers treat other sellers? Should we treat each other with a little bit more patience and a little bit more respect than just not communicating? Jumping to an INAD right away, I think it's horrible. Now, I sent a message to them saying something to that effect, like, we're all sellers here. We shouldn't be hurting each other's account. I mean, maybe it's means nothing to them. It probably does. I didn't get a response back, but I was expecting a negative, to be honest with you. Let's see. I'm curious. Let's see. Big Dre says, I've been using duct tape on my orders for a week because the seller I bought eBay tape from shipped it a week late. I won't have a negative, but will leave 1 star for shipping.
Duct tape? I absolutely despise duct tape on packages.
I'm scared to unsubscribe and resubscribe. Yeah, don't do it. You might get a return.
No, he'll probably get 19 sales from just doing it.
Keith tried to unsubscribe and resub. It didn't work. It's just the way it's set up. I followed this YouTube video to a T on how to set it up, and it seemed to work. I'm like, oh, cool. I linked my account. I went and took I set everything up properly. So I think I missed a step or something. No Bullshit says, I'm going to wait until my money is credited, returned to my account before I'm going to even consider giving him a negative review that he deserves. Yeah, here's Keith Prosser. That's the same Keith. Nope, I just subscribed from this account. Nothing. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm bummed out. It'll come up right above Jenna's head if it's going to work. So, and it was cool too. It had sound effects. I'm so excited for Monday.
Cool, but
I'm so excited.
Never know.
Yeah, we will, because I'm so excited for Monday.
What's Monday?
That's our next live.
Oh.
Yeah, it says, I had a seller leave a negative. New item, she said, was in bad condition and threw them away.
Wow.
Why would... That's another thing. Okay, let's get to that here. So, obviously wrong item, feedback, but eBay won't remove and customer won't answer me.
Because they know they were in the wrong. That's why.
Okay, you're a seller. Why the hell are you going to throw it away? I don't care if you're disappointed. It's flimsy. It's not the color you like. If you're a seller, you should know how eBay works. Yeah. You are protected if you do not get the same item. So send it back and get a full refund if you're opening an INAD. But before you do that, reach out and say, hey, this ain't what I wanted, or this ain't what you described, and here's the thing in your listing where you said this, so what can we do here? Now, of course, most people should say, I'll send you a return label. Heck, even open a return, it's on me. I deserve the INAD. I didn't deserve the INAD in this particular case, but at least allow me to say, you know what? I screwed up. And now in my mind, is it worth having you go through that and having to pay for another label for that item to be returned? Or am I going to say, you know what? My bad. You get a full refund. If you can do something with it, knock yourself out and call it a day, right? But I believe this seller that bought from me had no real leg to stand on other than lie. And when you lie, it does no good to reach out, because the person you're reaching out to is not eBay, and they know that you're lying. And eBay doesn't know that they're lying, so they'll deal only with eBay through eBay's processes as if I did something wrong. And that's where I have a problem with. Craig Winans, I think we said hi to him earlier, but I'll say hi again. And this is where I can kind of catch up. All the grade ones I've read already. But we do have to say hi to somebody here. If I can get this thing from wigging out. Kevin Hawthorne.
Kevin!
Good evening from Lakeland, Florida.
Yeah.
And I hope you're doing well, Kevin.
I hear you guys are experiencing some cool weather.
One thing I'd like to know, Kevin, are you a reseller? I don't know if you are or not. I'm assuming you are, but I would love to know about what you sell. Coppercat says, I retracted first chat. I actually hit send after jumbled up some letters. It's okay. I have a habit of doing that too. Paul says, John Beard managed to flip me the bird on Todd's stream the other day. He's still around and grumpy, LOL.
How did he do that? Was he
Oh,
on
wow.
camera?
So I know that Beard will jump on some lives. I know that he's makes himself available for the Profit Playbook podcast, and so I appreciate that. We almost had to reshoot the PPP this week because of the major technical snafu that we had with this program. It was weird, and you're just going to have to see it for yourself on Saturday. But thankfully, I don't want to say thankfully. Thankfully, Beard stepped up and helped me, because I'm like, I don't know, because we had some major problems. It wasn't even watchable until he helped me fix it. But we were going to re-record today, but Josh couldn't make it. He had an emergency to deal with. Midgie says, Bill and I are happy you're always making videos. We get a little lonely out here and look forward to laughing with you guys.
Well, I'm glad we can supply you with a little bit of humor.
Beard says, what's up, Shipper and Lister?
Shipper and Lister.
Hey. We got
up,
James
Beard?
Helfer Stay. Now, James is my the great reseller life. I don't know why he doesn't use that. Maybe he has just a viewing channel under his name.
How did he become green?
He's a member. Someone gifted a member last week, and he's a member. So, so thank you for being a member. And oh, look, how did I become green? You had, I think it was Major Win, or it was Keith who gifted.
The chances are pretty high for Keith.
Keith, yes. Paul Rose says, evening, James.
Evening.
Craig Winans says, I had a mini stroke on November 19th. Oh, no. Right side is fine, but I'm back to about 80% of the left side and back to eBay listing a few days ago. Flipping really isn't that hard if I can still do it. It isn't that hard.
Wow.
There's nothing hard about the things that we do to list and ship and deal with customers, but collectively it kind of can be a pain in the ass, especially when
you're new and you know nothing,
or when you're dealing with a pain in the ass.
But more importantly, I'm so happy to hear that you're okay.
Yes. Yeah, your health is the most
that's
important.
Very, very scary, and I pray that you continuously get better.
Yeah, and I knew somebody at work who we used to work that had a stroke kind of like that, and they ended up with like Bell's palsy on the left side of their face, and hopefully it's that, because he was able. It actually kind of corrects itself initially. Jerry, remember Jerry?
Rhea had it happen.
Yeah, yeah. Reef the Sea Forever hit the like for a sale.
Reef the Sea Forever.
Flipping from the trailer says, has anyone got this by Puma this week? So, or got hit by...
Has anyone got his by Puma this week?
I think he meant to say hit.
Oh, flipping from the trailer, your keyboard sticking.
Yeah, so... we have some Puma shoes on the second account, and that hasn't...
3 pairs.
Those haven't been taken down.
Well, let's knock on some particle board.
It's not. It's really a rubber foam cover.
That's your fault, not mine.
Okay, I don't think it's happening to everyone. Now, how are they selecting it? This could truly be... Those takedowns could be coming from the user selecting listings and reporting them to eBay, and just maybe ours hasn't been picked out yet. I don't know, but... I'd like to know how many people here have had that from Puma if you're having issues. James, if you're out there still, I know you have to have over 60,000 items. You've got to have something Puma branded. Have you encountered anything like that? Julie Henley says, what a treat for a surprise Thursday live.
Julie.
Yeah. Surprise Thursday live. How many people we have? 125? Okay.
125.
It's about right. We usually have about 150, and I'm sure there's many people who just weren't counting on a live today and might be tuning in tomorrow to find out we're not having one. But thank you for being here.
I'll be shopping Cowboy Christmas.
Beamy says we have been doing 1s and 2s all week. Nothing special, but a bit better than nothing.
Yes. Yeah. And you know, like I said last what are we on? Thursday? What I said on Monday. This too shall pass. This is not, like I keep having to remind him, is... We are dead slow. Like, I mean, yesterday I had no FedEx, and even the FedEx driver was shocked. And I'm like, it's going to change, guys. January, I know that we keep on pushing the ball a little farther and farther, but, you know, I truly believe, at least in our case, is that the slow period is going to end.
Keith says Puma is using a third-party AI to Vero Puma listings as counterfeit worldwide and taking down them listings, getting sellers into trouble with eBay, even though not counterfeit. And that's absolutely horrible. Now, if you have never received a counterfeit Vero claim, I would not panic, and I would continue to try to sell your item. This is just what I would do. So I guess I'm not giving advice. I'm telling you, if I was talking to myself in the mirror and trying to convince myself I have Pumas on my store and all this is going on, I would tell myself, don't worry about it. Keep the items up for sale. Someone could come and buy them. Now, if I have a bunch of counterfeit Veros that I have a history of over the last 6 months, then you might want to think twice and get those things pulled. So it really depends on your account history.
James did a video about the Puma.
Okay. So go check out, after we're done here, go check out The Great Reseller Life. And he's done a video on that.
Pumageddon,
I
calling it.
I just haven't had a chance to look at a lot of videos lately. I just with all the distractions in town, it's lucky I'm even able to get half the stuff done that I need to get done. Reef the Sea Forever says, I had the best November, December. Okay, 2 sales today. Well, you know, it just depends.
It's two more that you didn't have this morning.
I firmly believe that a lot of it is what you sell certain times of the year. Yeah. So just when a lot of you guys are having slow sales in the summer, we're having our best months. Mm-hmm. Why is that? And then when we get to Q4, you guys are having great months and we're struggling. Mm-hmm. Earl Parker says, hi guys, 2 cha-chings already.
Yay!
That's awesome.
Thanks for coming in, Earl.
Juan says, great weekend and sales dropped 50% since Monday. Not sure what's going on. I think it is buyers, just my thoughts, buyers between now and, you know, the middle part of the month are kind of, a lot of people have already bought most of their stuff through Black Friday and all that. That's just my hypothesis. So if you're doing good through Black Friday, Cyber Monday, maybe it's going to slow down. Last year, and I don't know if this was a product of trying out the offsite ads about the 15th of December last year. But for us, sales took off around then. And I was expecting sales to be dead the rest of the month. So I'm not going to do the offsite ads again this year. I'm not paying anything for eBay sponsored stuff other than promoted listings. But the problem with paying the problem with a lot of these programs like the priority, promoted listings priority, the offsite ads, you're paying per click, or like on the advanced side of the priority, you're dealing with paying for keywords and all that. And you're paying without your item selling. And that, I think, for most small sellers, we need to avoid paying eBay just for the idea that someone's clicking on your listing, but you're not getting a sale. You should only, and this is the way eBay should be. You should only be paying eBay when you're getting paid for a sale. And then you're saying, okay, eBay, here's your take, whatever you agree, if you're using promoted or not. Here's what you get out of the sale because I made a sale. The idea of I'm paying eBay to just show my item when they're already showing it for free. And yeah, you can argue you're getting your item more exposure, but when it's all said and done, that's going to wipe out your profits, I think. Beamy says, I went through the same thing with the printer I bought on eBay. It looked new, but it didn't work. When I looked close, I could see it was wet inside, like they soaked it to clean it to make it look new. That's horrible.
Wow.
Now, I will get printers in these liquidation lots, and a lot of times you'll get ink that's inside the little bay where you change the cartridges. And I'll go in and I'll clean it. A lot of times people will buy a new printer because there's ink on the rollers, and then the ink on the rollers get on the paper as it's pushing the paper through, and it screws up their print job. But all you got to do is take a little rubbing alcohol, put it on a Q-tip, and clean the rollers to get that ink off of there, and make sure that the cartridges, you could take, I like using Goof Off, and I will maybe take the Q-tip and I'll clean the connections. Sometimes there's ink on those, and I'll do some test prints, and usually they come out really, really good. But to go in there and to really clean it with anything else,
hose, they're like,
I mean, you're gonna ruin the printer. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense.
Can you imagine?
We have Susan Harrington or Arrington says, "Oh shoot, I accept all offers. That is crazy. And yes, I always reach out, always first, then take steps."
Yeah.
So I sent back, as Jenna was talking earlier, I sent back an offer. So I have a dehumidifier. It's normally, I think it's like a $180 unit based on the size of room that it covers. And I had it listed for $89.99, sort of where I list this particular model. They wanted to give me $50 for it. And I just listed it this last week. And yeah, I want sales. I'm not really getting great sales. So sometimes that, if an offer is borderline, I'll cave and I'll take it just to kind of get things going. But we're talking, they wanted to give me 50. I want $89.99, let's say 90. I came back and said, meet me halfway, we got a deal. And so I didn't get a reply back. So they're probably not going to buy it. But I know that if I lower the price down to just by $10, I'm probably going to get a sale. So it's not that big of a deal. Let's see. Brenda got a cha-ching. Love it. Henri Squaw says, I have to be honest, when they sent me the jeans I ordered for a present, size 34-30, and I received 40-32.
Oh, geez.
I didn't reach out. I just opened a return, not what I ordered.
Yeah. Yeah, see,
that's different, though.
Yeah. I would have done the same exact thing.
That's different. But even then, I would say, look, I don't know if you made a mistake here. Because, look, I'm looking at it as eBay has things in place to really screw over sellers. So let's say it's an honest mistake. Well, I don't know how you guys feel about this. If someone was to say, you reach out to them and say, hey, you sent me size 40 by 32 and I'm a 34-30, now you're giving the seller a chance to offer you, like, okay, can I send you a return label? Cool. Now, how many sellers out there, if you reach out to someone and say, hey, I bought this on eBay, it ain't right, it don't match the listing or whatever, if they said, look, let me send you this return label without you opening a return, would you be cool with that? And I don't even know what eBay thinks about that. But I got to tell you, when given the opportunity, I kind of would rather do that when I screw up. Now, if it's a change of mind, then open a return, use change of mind. But I know that, look, returns come like in threes usually, and they seem to come in bunches. I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to lower my status from top rated. I work too hard to be any lower than that. I just be honest with you guys. Sometimes I will say, here, let me send you a return label, and as soon as this thing comes back, and of course, you'll get a package coming in the mail, and you're like, oh crap, okay, let me go back and look. Let me give them the refund. But I don't know how many people out there would actually want to do that, or maybe you need the eBay. That's another thing. eBay wants to, as soon as it comes to your house, you haven't even gotten the package yet, it's here, give them a refund. It's like, give me a chance to look at it. And then they give you like 3 days. Well, what if you're out of town? Sorry, but the buyer gets 31 days or something like that. Larry Todd, Puerto Rico is right there next to Alaska, right? Somewhere in that vicinity, yes. Devon, it's good to see you. John and Jenna. Yes, awesome. Nice to see you. And she yelled at Jenna, but she didn't yell at me. Or give kisses to Jenna. Keith says, I hate it when people don't reach out and just open a return. When people do that, it just makes it hard as possible for them and make them wait. They reach out, I get it sorted there, and then. Am I wrong? I told Jenna I did this. Am I wrong for doing what I did?
What did you do?
Okay, the only thing I did to this person is when I went to approve the return label, it said that I had an option for the same price. It was $11.30-something. I can either give them a USPS return label or a FedEx. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to give them a FedEx. I know it'd be easier for them to do a USPS, but I'm going to do a FedEx just to be an ass. Was I wrong for that? I don't know. Here I am interjecting my feelings into business when I say it's not.
Do that. I bet Devon has been in the whole Bitcoin thing because Bitcoin apparently has been going crazy.
I want to make an FAE coin.
An FAE?
Yeah, because there's this thing going around, and I don't want to rip people off, but there's a thing going around where you develop your own coin and you hype it up enough where you get people buying it, and then you dump all your coins and you make money. That's like I think the Hawk Tua chick did it. I was watching a thing where she had her Hawk coin or something, and they hyped it up, and they got it up to like, I don't know, $90 million or something, and then her and her people that had the free ones, they sold them off and killed the value. I don't know how it really works, but they did something nefarious. Paul Rose, I have to admit, John, since I've had to take a break from reselling, I haven't missed the problems and drama, but I've missed the funds. Yes, that's you're gonna have. Yes. You can't have funds without drama.
Always
unfortunately,
pros and cons.
And why is this?
What is happening?
I wish you wouldn't. Just allow me to do my thing behind the scenes.
I'm going to call you out.
Call me out. I'm trying to.
You're making my head just spin.
Close your eyes. This is right now. This experience you're dealing with, guys, is what it's like to drive in a car with Jenna. I am driving, and I'll go a certain way.
You're pushing your luck.
Mike, if you're watching after the fact, comment down below, Mike.
He's not watching. He's taking a course.
He'll watch after the fact, and he can attest to, like, I got this, but she's in my ear. Bitcoin is cray-cray right now in a good way or bad way. I haven't followed it, so.
I've seen that it's been going crazy.
Larry Todd, yeah, Devon, imagine how the $50 Bitcoin buyers are feeling.
Yeah.
I really kind of get a little sick in my stomach when I think about Bitcoin, because back in 2011, I've said this story many times, I had a chance to buy this stuff when it was $100 a piece, but I thought it was a scam. And I was looking to invest on something, but I passed on that, and I was going to invest like $1,000. 10 Bitcoin.
We could have been billionaires.
But we wouldn't be having this channel if we had that kind of money. What is it?
Why not?
Were they talking about $100,000 pretty soon or something like that? It's a nice little chunk of change.
Are you a millionaire yet, Devon?
Basket Noodle, treat others as if they were your own underwear. Wise words.
Oh, Lord.
Well, they treated me like they're stained underwear, that's for sure. Duncan says, okay, KFC on the way for me. Pray no food poisoning.
Why would you subject yourself to that?
KFC's okay.
No, KFC is not okay.
I like a little KFC.
You have to have something else that you can order from.
Susan says,
Oh
"Hey,
my
FAE
gosh.
fam, hope every is selling." I'm trying to sell.
Everyone is selling too, because we're certainly not.
Tactical Z, hey, it's the backpack guy. Who? Where? There's no backpack
There is
guy
no
here.
backpack guy here.
Jules Y75, every negative I've ever received, they never have reached out to me, and it's always been lower items I took an offer on or something. Always been not reading title or description, all BS claims.
Yeah.
And that's really, if I made a listing and I didn't bother to put anything in the item condition description or the item description, or maybe not even the title, and this is another thing I noticed, maybe I'm like some of these sellers who would use a stock photo for an item I'm selling for parts or repair. Let's say I did all that. I would expect to get these kind of returns or negative reviews from people because, hey, you misadvertised this. But when I take the time to make sure all these things are clear, and yet you don't read, and or you do read, I think this last person acknowledged that they did.
Oh, you want to tell them about the whole the pamphlet guy, the fan pamphlet that we had.
Why don't you tell them, because I don't know.
Okay, remember how we mentioned we have a you can explain.
I have no idea what you're talking about. How
the
can I
fan, the manual.
Oh. Well, you know more about it than I do. You're the one interacting with the guy. Okay, so I have a variation listing set up.
That's what I was trying to say.
So a variation listing, so I do it for my parts. And I intentionally take one thing out of all the parts for this item that I'm selling. And in this case, it was just a paper manual. Even had a stain on it, right? And I put the damn thing, so I have it as paper, user manual, right? Mm-hmm. And I had it for $39.99. Now that's nuts, but I listed it for $39.99 because I don't want anyone to buy it. Now, why would you list an item that you don't want anyone to buy? Because if I have one item that I know no one's going to buy in that variation listing, it'll never disappear. So I'll always have an active listing with one item left to sell. Let's say I have an item and all the parts sell except that one thing that I know no one's going to pay for. Then the next time I get that fan, it's like having the out of stock option without having the out of stock option. And then I can go in there and just replenish whenever I get more of it. So to my surprise, last week we got someone who bought this stupid manual, $39.95 plus $5.99 shipping. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. And it was like a one feedback buyer, I think. Mm-hmm. So we shipped it. And so what did they tell you? You read the message.
He said, I ordered such and such item. Why would you send me the manual? Or I ordered the fan. Why would you send me the manual only? Where's the rest of the fan?
Now, mind you, on the title it says replacement parts for this, that, and that, right? And then the menu, when you do the drop down, it says part, and we have a little overhead view of all the parts with like everything lettered and everything, so you can choose your part, right? It says pick your part in the title. Nowhere does it say that this is for the whole fan.
No.
But I don't know. I mean, why would you have a whole fan with parts?
And I said to him, as stated in the title and in the description, this is a non-functional parts only listing.
Well, the parts are functional.
A non-functional fan.
No. They just didn't have...
The fan is not...
What do you mean?
Functional when it's apart in pieces.
Well, right, but the fan was functional. We just pulled it apart and sold the parts.
Right.
Yeah. But Alexander Vega says good luck. I need all the luck I can get.
No,
so
good luck to Duncan.
With the KFC?
I don't know why you subject yourselves to such foolery. Oh my gosh.
John Gaynor's with us. Hi, Jenna and John.
Hi,
Went to the
John.
grocery store the other day, and I believe after seeing the cost may be the reason sales are the lowest in 20 years. It may also be the reason something else. Okay. Well, I agree with you.
I agree 100%.
And guess what? We have lurking. We have
Oh,
Craigslist
look at
Hunter.
you lurking.
Pete, thanks for being here, buddy. Nice to see you. Hopefully everything's good with you. You got your cabin up and going yet? I haven't gotten an update on that, and I apologize. I haven't watched a lot of YouTube lately. Really, not a whole lot at all. Basket Noodle, true, but many are fruit of the loom. We're talking about the underwear. Short Coin, Devon says, John's shirt is awesome. Well, thank you. Wow, this and that reselling. Hello, y'all. It's 33 degrees in Virginia. Ooh. Love to source in the cold.
Ooh, that's got to be freezing.
And we got a gifted membership. I didn't see that.
Aww.
Thank you, Beamy.
Hey.
Who got the gift?
How is that?
4TP was gifted a membership. So 4TP, if you're out there, thank Beamy for setting you guys up. Now, we had the members only live yesterday, and in the members only live we talked about a couple stores that we came across on eBay, things that they could have done better. And then we had, I believe it was Mike Gertis, showed us a link to his store, and it was pretty good. He does pretty good. That's why he sells pretty good, because he does a good job. And you could check, if you're a member, you can go back and watch the replay if you want. But we do that at the first Wednesday of every month. We might make it 2 every other Wednesday, but I haven't decided yet.
We got to get out of this whole December. This is
too much going on.
December is just too crazy.
Too much going on. Jovial says, had a buyer, also seller, message me with a picture stating he didn't like the graphics on the new item purchased. But wasn't it in your photos?
What the front door?
Baskin Noodle says, I'm polite to everyone. Now F off. I don't even know how far behind I am, but I'm going to keep pushing.
Keep going.
Jovial says, didn't ask for anything thus far, so I replied, sorry to hear you're unhappy with your purchase. Waiting to see what he wants. Partial refund, nope. Open and return.
Yes.
I'll usually say, I'm sorry you're not happy with your purchase. We, of course, will accept a return if you're not happy with it. You know, that type of thing. And I had somebody that bought a pickleball machine. So it's one of those things where it didn't have a cord. It's battery operated, and it has like the little plastic rail, I guess, where you load the ball into the machine, and then it goes through and it shoots out the ball. And he sent me a message saying, didn't have a power cord and the thing looks like trash. I'm like, well, you see the pictures in the listing. This is of the item, so it's the same item. And you're welcome to return it if you're not happy. And that was like 3 days ago, so he hasn't replied back. So I don't know what he was looking for. I think a lot of times these people are fishing for a partial. So then you come back and saying, okay, well, if you want to keep it, I'll give you $20 or $30. And that's exactly what they're looking for, and then they go away. And the fact that I said just return it, it's probably not what they were looking for, yeah. And they went away. John Gaynor says, people are taking it out on others. Hopefully we all understand we're all in the same boat in life and show some respect. Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
This person had like 3,000 listings and sold 600 in the last 90. Ain't bad. And a lot of sellers on eBay, they do shop on eBay to buy stuff to resell. So maybe it was, look, I can get this thing for 50 and I can get it to work. And if I get it to work, then I can sell it for 150. I understand the mindset, but you don't buy things from people just to try to fix it. And then if you can't, you lie on them. It's just not right. Henri Squaw. At Pitco, I hate it when sellers send the wrong size. The packing slip stated the order size in the title, and the tag didn't match. Why mail me the wrong size? Because otherwise they would have had to cancel the order out of stock. That's possibly why. Mm-hmm. You know, eBay makes it so punitive if you are out of stock on an order. Now, it's a certain percentage based on how many items you've sold and all that stuff. But for many, just a couple will do it, where you're like, your account's in a bad spot. And this says Puma Geddon. I have never sourced it, wore it, or sold it. LOL. I wear Puma golf shoes. I really love the Puma golf shoes. They have a lot of really good limited edition pairs that are really nice looking. Paul Rose says some sellers are just bad, like the one who sent me an exercise bike when I ordered a paper shredder.
What the front door?
Now, okay, so in that case,
You sent me an exercise bike instead of a paper shredder?
I don't even know how to respond to that other than I hope you reached out to them with some photos and said, "Hey, is this what you meant to send me? Because this isn't what I ordered."
What? People are... There's got to be somebody doing like, what's it called when somebody does a double check of the items that are going out? I mean, quality control or something?
Devon says this has been my worst year of sales, period.
Oh, gosh. Well,
So-
hopefully Bitcoin is doing better for you.
So I'm kind of I'm always trying to figure out what is the reason why sales have like kind of fallen off for us. And then I start thinking, well, we were sourcing really well up until like mid-October. And then it just we stopped buying the pallets. We couldn't get the pallets at the price point we were looking at. And then the other places we go, more competition, so we're buying fewer things. And to me, it's like, well, maybe it's the fact that I'm not sourcing as much. And you're not sourcing as much, you're not getting as much good stuff. And if you don't have enough good stuff to put in your store, if you're not on par with the rest of the year, then it's going to reflect in your sales. And I really think that's what's happened here. Now, I just got that pallet, really promising. Looking to jump into that as soon as we're done here. I'm going to go out in the garage and kind of work on some of that. I got a couple things listed today after I got back. And see what happens. See if that helps the sales. It's got to help, right? Because other people are making sales. It's not like all the sellers are reporting, hey, it sucks now. There's people that are making good sales.
Yeah.
Hitting the like button, getting the sale. So it's on me first. It's on me first before I blame it on anything else. Basket Noodle, customers are like herpes. Some could be real pains in the nuts. Others are just a rash at a time. Oh, that sounds uncomfortable.
Very painful.
And Anissa's not being very nice to herself, so you got to be.
What'd she say?
Yeah, I can't.
Oh,
repeat
stop!
That. But she did get a sale on Poshmark just now. But I already sold it on eBay.
Oh no!
So, are you cross-listing without any kind of service that's going to pull it from the other sites? Now, this is going to end up being a plug, but I apologize. We do have TreeCat. You can use the link down below, and they will pull the items. If you sell it on eBay, it's going to be pulled off of Mercari and Poshmark. If you sell it on Poshmark, it's going to be pulled off of Mercari and eBay. I don't have to tell you the third way, but otherwise, you got to be on top of it if you don't have a program that's helping you manage all that. Flipping from the trailer, Tech and Sports did a live about Puma last night. Also, Rockstar Flipper did one. I think he did one or two. And the sky ain't falling, guys. It isn't affecting every seller out there. Now, maybe I've spoken too soon. Maybe we're just a number and it's just a matter of time before they get to our listings. But we haven't seen it yet. So...
Yeah.
And then Rockstar Flipper did a video, a follow-up today of what to do with Puma items. I would say again, and this is the advice to myself talking in the mirror, check your recent Veros. If you've had Veros that are for counterfeits, then you may want to remove them. If you have not had a Vero for counterfeit, well, all eBay is going to do is remove them and say, since you didn't know, we're just kind of warning you that you shouldn't list this again. And then take all your other ones down at that point. Devon says, I agree. It does depend on what you sell. My sales before Thanksgiving were awesome. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Big Dre's been trying to maintain a 90-day total of $10,000. Q4 sales have been good. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I think ours are kind of dropping down to that territory. It's not good. It's bad. Basket Noodle says, retailer associations claiming Black Friday biggest in history and Cyber Monday too. It can't be. I've had no cake yet. I don't know. We did a lot of shopping on Black Friday. Even the week leading up to it, we did a lot of shopping for stuff. Eyes Wide Open says there has been an eBay advertisement on a Brian Craig radio show every morning. He's in the West Palm Beach, Florida area. Okay. That's good. Hopefully we see the results of that. Larry Way Out. Nice to see you, Larry.
Larry.
Evening, John and Jenna. Nice to see you.
Hello.
Jenna?
I'm not quite sure why you said do I need Visine?
Well, use some of that Afcon A.
But my eye is actually, my contact is really bothering me, and I keep playing with it, so.
Joe Samard, in the last hour, NorCal has had 10 earthquakes after the 7. Yeah, they had an earthquake earlier off the coast of Eureka, and they were expecting around noon, like 4.5 hours ago, for there to be a tsunami. That never happened. But
there have been aftershocks for going this whole time.
That's weird. It keeps jumping. Every time I move this, it jumps to the...
Maybe you shouldn't fling your mouse.
Reef the Sea Forever. Are there more quakes? I thought it stopped. There's always going to be aftershocks to that large of a quake. Yeah. Larry wants those 40 by 32s, though. So by that statement... See, I don't even know what you look like, really, Todd.
Yes, we do.
Well, I know what he looks like by his face, but I don't know if he's, he plays the role of Santa, but I don't know if has the actual build of Santa. But 40 by 32 kind of makes me think that's kind of right there, like kind of 5'10".
He is not 5'10".
Well, you're not. You're wearing size 32. Well, maybe 6 foot.
32 is 6 foot.
Maybe 6 foot. Susan Phelps, I would send a return label and send the correct size. Yes.
Yeah.
Basket Noodle says sales for snails and snails with sales Christmas Day at eBay Pales.
Wow, you actually pulled that off, and I think that was meant to mess you up.
Yep, there we go.
Woo!
Pitco, depending on the cost of the item, I would simply offer to send the right size and they can keep the item or keep the item and refund them. Yeah. And then Henri Squaw was saying Haktua is in big trouble for it. But is she really? Because I think that they came out with a statement saying, oh, we didn't give anything away to resell. I don't know. The Burrow says, yeah, that's not going to end well for her. Haktua girl might be doing some jail time for that one. Yeah. Or they said something, what did they say? There might be a judge that she can talk to.
Wow, John.
I didn't
That's terrible.
I didn't say talk to. I said talk to.
I know.
Yes. But that's what they said. I didn't say it. That's what they said. Yep, Jenna. Bitcoin is pumping. I don't trust altcoins. Just Bitcoin. There's not Dogecoin. I think you mean Dogecoin. DOGE coin. And Ethereum. Mine went up too. You know what? I might start.
Wait.
I bought gold and silver.
I haven't checked mine.
But I haven't done any of that stuff. Jovial, if Chumley made a coin, you can make a coin, John. There's a kid. I saw this video. There's a kid who made a coin, and it went up, and he cashed out $30K.
What?
Yeah, a kid who created a coin, and it went up in price, and he cashed out $30K on it and dumped his coin. Joshua Mason says, I haven't caught a stream in a long time. Hi, guys.
Well, hello.
Well, thanks for being here, Joshua. It may be that because we're doing it on Thursday, maybe you're not available on Monday or Friday, that it worked out for you. But This is one of those last-minute streams that we did. We thought, well, we don't want to not have one on Friday because we're not going to be here tomorrow. Devon, I miss John and Jenna fights. They always work out in the end. Amazon Seller 99, NFTs are back, baby. Well, kind of.
See, I really think you should have gotten in a long time ago.
Bitcoin's at 102K. Oh my goodness. Oh boy.
Hang your head in shame. Sir.
We'd have the channel called Rich Ain't Easy.
Oh,
Basket Noodle, great seller etiquette. Greetings and thank you for your communication. Now shut up and stuff it. Sincerely, go away.
I wish I could say that sometimes.
Dre says he sold most of his Doge and made a little over 2,000, but now I wonder if that was a mistake.
Ooh, yeah. I would second guess that.
Were your eyes drifting? Were you drifting?
Yeah, when you get going on a long tangent, you lose me.
Oh, wow. And what are you doing here? Because my whole life is a tangent.
I know.
Jovial says, has anyone cashed out on any Bitcoin yet? Heard it costs a bunch, and it isn't very easy to do.
Yeah, I don't know how to do.
Don't you have
any
the
of
the
that.
wallet app thing, and you go through the wallet and you just sell it? Isn't it like selling?
Huh?
Isn't it like selling anything else? You just. I did at one time. I bought gold online. This is like 3 years ago. I bought some gold online through. I think it was called the Gold Vault or something like that. Shit, I don't even know what it was called. I had to go back and check the name of the company, but you wire the money, and then they keep the money, the gold in a vault somewhere, and there's different vaults. And I had mine in England, and it got up in price, and I don't know why. I'm like, I'm just going to cash this out. I think I made about $1,000 on it, and I went in and sold it, like the stock market, just go and sell, and cashed out. It worked out. Matt Dre says, yep, we live in a society where no one reads, and it's never their fault.
That
No
is
accountability
so true.
whatsoever.
No accountability.
Paul says, all my parts are functioning, but not always to peak capacity. I'll just leave it there. Pitco says, John, you should make some loyalty coins. I don't even know how that works. Someone needs to tell me how that works. Mia C. Crest, hello. Thanks for being here.
Mia.
Paul says, I'm sorry, your cheap item was not hand delivered by private security guard in a lock safe and a velvet cushion. How much would you like me to pay you to take it off my hands? LOL. And then Craig was saying the stroke that he had it's lucky it only affected his arm and leg, and recovering pretty fast.
Oh, praise
so
God.
those of you guys out there who are in good health and are just like, I don't know if I really feel like doing eBay. Look, Craig's out there doing it, and he's making it work despite it all. So you could always be in a worse place than you are now. So just think about that. Jovial says, just an FYI, for those of you who have ACA insurance, please check your premium costs for 2025. Some premiums have more than doubled. Review your policy and make adjustments accordingly. Who's ACA?
American
Is that the
Cancer
Affordable Care? Is
Association?
that the Affordable Care Act? I think that's all the
Affordable
companies.
Care Act.
Big Dre says, I'm checking out a larger storage unit that recently became available. It's tempting because I wouldn't have to go to the liquidation at the flea market or go to liquidate at the flea market till later, but it's more than double what I'm paying now. Yeah, you got to have to compare your overhead with what it would cost and how much you making at the flea market. You might be making good money at the flea market. Basket Noodle Retail Sports reports claim toys the big seller and average 27% of off MSRP over Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Christopher, I got to check your email. It says I sent a message of what people got to do for Puma listings. Okay, I will read that, and I don't know if I'll make a video on it because it's been done over and over again.
He may have sent it in Instagram message.
I'll have to check that out when we're done here. Matt says, I'm at the point where I ask buyers to verify. They read the description before I ship certain items. They don't reply, I cancel. I do everything I can to make things clear, but see, it does it again.
What the heck?
I'm just telling you, it just jumps on me. It's not me. It's not me. It's never me. I'm playing the role of the buyer.
Never
It's
you.
not me.
Uh-huh.
But I think I'm gonna go down here and find his other continuation. No,
It's right there.
where? I just right here. He says to make things clear, but Devon says I forgot about my Mercari account.
Oh no.
Just like I forgot about my Bonanza account. Let's do the monthly episode of Did John get a sale on Bonanza? And if I did, I'm late. Where's this taking me here? Oh God, it's not even the right
It says
browser.
it's not even a valid website.
No, I hope they're. I'd rather Bonanza be out of business than me get a sale. 'Cause that means I'm late in shipping it. But I would have seen something in my PayPal account, wouldn't I have?
Yeah.
No sale. Pretty sure, no sale. I would have seen something there. Nope. It's like my account doesn't exist on Bonanza. Let's see. Anissa, yes, John, I do cross-list on my own. I am very good about pulling off eBay when it sells on Posh or Mercari, but I'm bad the other way around, so I stay vigilant on eBay, but not so much the others. Yeah, because eBay is more punitive. It's you can get away with canceling on Mercari and Poshmark. It's happened before. When we were doing the cross listing, when we kind of did it on our own like this, it was no problem. Paul says, check out Todd's live a few days ago. He showed a photo just like Ron Burgundy, the handsome devil. Got to check that out too. I just don't have time. I really am trying to focus on getting the work done that needs to get done. Here we go. Craig, Lanchard Pickers in the house. Exercise is not hitting the go live button. Yeah, it is. If you're old enough. Joe says at 3 p.m. tomorrow I will be having withdrawals.
Yeah.
Well, here's the way to do it. Joe, at 3 p.m. tomorrow, I want you to go to my channel and go and play the live back again as if it was brand new to you, and it'll get to work through it, and maybe you'll catch a few things that
you
we
might have
didn't
missed.
say. Yeah. Baskin Noodle says eBay doesn't make seeing the full description ever so easy, and it should be in the consumer's face. It absolutely should.
I agree.
How about this, eBay? Have a little link, a hyperlink saying, see similar items here, right? And then in the place where you've stuffed all my competition underneath the price of my item, show the actual description that is actually set up to be mobile friendly, by the way. And I think that would really work. But I don't think it works for eBay because they don't care if you get the sale. They just want the buyer to buy something. So maybe they click into your listing and I don't know if I want this. So now, oh, look, there's more here. Let me click there. And it's a way to keep buyers clicking through the site until they find what they want to buy, and then they get the commission for the sale. And if that link takes them, or if that listing takes them to something that's not going to be clickable, like another listing, they don't want it there. That's my philosophy on what eBay's doing. Jovial says jump around.
Yes, that's you today.
Big Dre, last time at the flea market was bad. I only sold $55. I might go this weekend and hope to do better.
Well, we hope it does.
You won't know until
you can do it.
Matt Drace, Mercari putting all the fees on the buyer makes it too hard to sell in that plot. I think you're right.
Yeah.
You gotta lower your price as a seller to make it worth for that extra, 10% for the buyer.
Yeah.
Paul Rose thinks I'm cute. I have arrived.
What?
Well, he got a compliment that he was cute.
You are cute.
Short coin. Devon, I want to close my account, but they make you take every item off one by one.
Yes, it's so annoying.
And what's annoying is if you want to take your money off, they're like, yep, but you got to pay this $2 fee if you want it in 5 days.
Yeah.
But we'll give it to you right away if you do $3. It's like, well, why wouldn't I do $3, an extra dollar? I don't know.
It's just annoying.
Baskin Noodle says, yep, one of the scenarios where marketing, engineering, and senior management are eating different waffles and thinking poorly. Yeah, it's again, you have upper management. Generally, those people don't sell on the platform, so they're not going to make seller-friendly policies because they just don't really truly understand the impact on resellers when they make the policies that they do. So we are actually at the end of the comments. That was the last one.
Shocker.
Even though, I'm jumping around. It's not me jumping around. It's, we got another one here, but it's not me jumping around. It's when I scroll down to the next set of comments, this thing takes me to the bottom and I got to scroll back up to where I left off. But Ryan Hess says on mobile, if you click on the listing title, it opens the description from below. Hard to find on desktop though. There's a hyperlink there, and you have to click on the hyperlink to get to the item description. Let's hope that eBay advertises in the Super Bowl, and how about during the playoffs leading up to the Super Bowl? Let's see if they do. Joby wants to know about the new pots and pans.
They are amazing.
They distribute the heat really well. You just got to get used to cooking on non-stick stuff.
Yeah,
so
it's definitely a learning curve because I'm afraid to not damage them, but make them harder to clean. And I did invest in new scrubbers and things of that nature to help me clean them.
But you don't have to, if you want to boil something and, cook noodles or whatever, you don't have to have your because we have gas stoves here. You don't have to have it full blast. You can have it on medium heat, and it's going to come to a boil really fast as compared to a lot of the others that we use.
Yeah, they're actually very heavy, very sturdy, very heavy.
Should I be afraid?
I mean, don't F around if you don't want to find out.
If I show up to the show with like a knot on my head, you know what happened. You know what happened there. So,
no.
But with that said, I think that's kind of it.
Puskins is calling.
With that said, Basket Noodle's got to go deal with the kitty and Spam, and I believe Primo is still there, unless he's still incarcerated.
Maybe he's snoozing.
Getting those.
Well,
when you drive 35
really,
in a 25 in Burlington, Vermont, there's a chance you can get arrested.
In their chats, because we have not been available.
Yeah, like he had one yesterday, and we were recording the Profit Playbook podcast, and we were dealing with all that during the time they went live. That's why we weren't there. So thank you for being here. And JRK 1964 has got a new Mac Mini. And I would highly recommend it. And I got a new driver, 3-wood and 5-wood, and I don't know if I can recommend it. So I'm gonna open that box up here and find out.
She said he's here.
He's here. All right. So he's out. Did you bail him out? Because he was doing 35 and a 25 during in downtown Burlington. The cops come like guns drawn and everything. I'm kind of worried about him. So with that said, now that we know that Primo is safe and not incarcerated, everything's good. Hopefully you guys have a great weekend. Again, we're not doing the live tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to be out and about.
I will be shopping.
And want you guys to have a great weekend. Get those sales. And we will see you guys again on Monday.
We'll see you on Monday.
Take care, everyone.